Hi, welcome to Caribou Country Lifestyle. My name is Cheryl. We are finally outside here, finally getting some work done outside. I have been busy doing a bunch of bookkeeping and I have been wanting to get in and get started outside. So today I'm over here on the berry side, fruit side of our property. And I have strawberries all underneath this straw, so I'm going to be pulling the straw away around the strawberries. I'm not going to remove it totally. I'm going to keep it still around the strawberry plants to use as a mulch. And what that will do is when the strawberries are growing, it will keep the berries clean and off the ground. So I think I'm just going to pull the straw mulch off to the sides because I am going to fertilize these strawberries. I just want to put the fertilizer on as a side dressing on the near the strawberries, and then I will pull the straw back up around the strawberry plants, and then I'm going to give it a good water. There is talk about us getting some water over the weekend too, so that's awesome. I'm glad I'm doing this when it's super nice out. So I'm just going to pull the straw away and find some of my plants. Pull it to the side. Oh yeah, there's one. So I'm going to pull it just until I can see what we're doing here. And I'll just come down this side and pull it away, being careful not to rip my plants neither. I don't want to, pull them out from the ground. Let's see if we got anything at this end. Oh yeah. I have been wanting to do this. I come out and when I'm on my deck, I'm looking over here and I'm like, gotta get this done. So we're finally getting this done. I'm so happy. So I'm just gonna split this right down the middle. Okay, so here you can kind of see the plants a little bit. And like I say, that's all the way down. I have some gaps that I'm planning on filling that in with future strawberry plants. And this one all the way down there. And then this one down here. Okay, this is the berry and tree fruit fertilizer that I'm using. It's an organic based fertilizer. It's the ratio on this one is a 10:6:9, along with some micros in it. And some of the micros in it, there's sulfur, magnesium, iron, zinc, boron, and organic matter. And then for the strawberries, I'm just going to side dress 1/4 pound per 6 or 20 feet. So each of these rows is I have no idea, actually. Say they're about 12 feet long, maybe 14 feet. At this end, closest to me, they're about 12 feet long, but they're a little bit longer as we go that way. So that one on the very end could be about 14 or 15 feet long. So I brought out a little half cup measurer, and this is a granulated fertilizer. So I put my dog inside because this is said it was not good for children or pets to be around it. So I ended up putting my puppy inside. She's probably not very happy about that, but that's okay. I'm just going to run it right down the middle. Kind of shake it into the ground because I don't want it to sit on the plants. And if there is some on the plants, I'm just knocking it off. So I'll grab some more. Might as well just take my gloves off. They're just in my way. Sometimes that's how I feel about gloves. They seem to be more of a hindrance. There. I'll just try and go around the plants instead of going right over top of their leaves. And then I'm just shaking it in the dirt. I just won't let my dog in here for a few days. I pruned a couple of branches off my sour cherry tree. I gotta throw it over there so I don't forget to pick them up. Now with the fruit trees, I'm going to be going around the outer drip line. So that's the outer, where the branches go out to. I'm going to be fertilizing that outer drip line. I'm not going to have it right up close the trunk of the tree. I'm just going to go around the outer drip line of the fruit tree. And that's all I have to do with that. So, I'm going to come out to about here and shake this. So this is one of my elderberry bushes, and as you can see, I have some new growth coming in on here, so that's super exciting. And what I'm going to be doing here so far, I've cut out this cardboard, and I'm just using a pop flat. I've cut a hole, this hole in here. I cut a slit to get it around, cut the hole so that it'll surround the bush, and then I put the cardboard there to help suppress the weeds, and then I'm going to put compost over top of the cardboard, which the compost will leach into the ground, and that'll help fertilize my elderberry shrub here. So I have a bucket with some compost, dump it around my elderberry plant. I had some bamboo stakes to put around it because the last couple of years since I've planted this elderberry, my husband comes and does all the weed eating in here, and he doesn't know which is which, and so he didn't know which was weeds and which were plants. So I put those bamboo stakes in, but now that the plants are established, then you should be able to see them now. I'm going to bring this straw back up over the plant, and that will also help keep the moisture in the ground when it does get watered or if it's raining, and that'll benefit it too. But that compost is going to benefit it so much as its own fertilizer. When every time it rains, it's going to leach those nutrients from the compost into the ground, and this will do a lot better than it has. And it's not because of the growing conditions, it's been mostly because my husband keeps whacking it off with the weed whacker. I have another one over here, and it's only about this high. I'm going to do the same thing for it as well. So this is my royal blue plum tree, and I pulled the straw away from it. I've put the cardboard down on it. I also used my fruit and berry fertilizer, did it around the outside tree edge, but I'm also going to do the cardboard to suppress the weeds, and I'm going to add the compost over top as well. This is really nice compost. This is the compost that Jamie was making over the year last year, and he wasn't sure if it was going to be ready, and I'm like, even if it's half ready, I'm putting it in the ground, it'll finish decomposing. And I'm going to pull my straw back up over it, and like again, that'll help keep in the moisture. When it does rain, that'll help. Okay, here's something else I needed to take care of. I put this lattice panel up here, and the reason why I put it up here was to keep the deer out. It was fine to have it all fenced in around the outside, but then they found a loophole. They were coming in through here, jumping down, like this is about a 4-foot drop, and they were jumping down in here. I couldn't figure out what was eating my raspberries and the leaves off of my plants. And yeah, the deer found a loophole and they were coming in through here. So I had put this up, but I just had put these little fence, little stakes in here, but they are not holding it up. So I found some rebar, and I got myself a hammer, and I'm gonna hammer this rebar in. I'm gonna put one in here. This was the one, that side that wasn't holding very good. I don't know if my husband needs this rebar, but I seen it in one of his shops and I took it. If he asks me for it, don't tell him where it is, because I don't think he's going to be mad, but he might not be very happy about it. This is probably really good rebar, is what he's thinking. He probably had plans for it, or you never know where it might come in handy. I think I'm going to put one of these stakes in behind to prop it up so it sits in place. I'm going to go in from behind and hammer that in from the back. Hi, welcome to my basement again. So today, this is actually, I was doing all of my strawberries and my berry, the elderberries, the haascaps, the blueberries, my strawberries. I had a couple of fruit trees, sour cherry and my blue plum tree. I was dealing with those. Then I went over to the other side, I have a gooseberry, 2 gooseberries, and a red currant bush that I did the exact same thing where I had pulled all the straw away from it. Then I had put the cardboard down, put compost over around the plant, and I pruned off any of the dead stems or broken branches off of those shrubs as well. This morning I actually went over to a friend of mine and I pruned all of her apple trees for her. I don't do it every year. I just don't have enough time. I don't know how I had time for it today, but I squeezed it in. And then my son, he rents off of the same property that my friend lives on as well, and he asked me if I could try and make his potentilla look nice because it was so overgrown. Nobody has given it any love for probably about 8 years, and he has lived there for almost 4 years now. So he just asked me if I could clean it up. So I gave it a big haircut, and he was worried that it wasn't going to make it, but I said, you know what, at this point, if it does, great, and if it doesn't, it's really no big loss. So now I'm downstairs and I'm up potting my peppers, finally up potting my peppers. Holy, I have had this dirt ready in these pots to up pot my peppers for 2 weeks, and I'm finally getting to them. So I'm going to start with my jalapenos. And they definitely have their 2 sets of true leaves, and they definitely need to be potted up. I've also mixed up some starter food fertilizer. This is the starter plant fertilizer that I use. It's a 10-52-10 ratio for starter plants, and I will be feeding these every 2 weeks until I take them outside from the time that I have up potted them. So I am going to get all these jalapenos into their new home. They are just been waiting to be up potted. Okay, I'm just gonna lift this up. Finally got it, I think. Nope, I don't. I'm gonna try and loosen up the soil from this side. There we go. Got it now. And I'm just going to put it right into here. And I'm finally getting to this. And this weekend I will also be planting some seeds out in the garden, so I'm pretty excited about that too. Okay, I've got both of these. Okay, there we go. So that, I'm just going to push down on these a little bit, firm the soil around the plant. I have been stressed out about getting everything done. And I got a good chunk of things ready outside. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. Just feeling really good about finally getting to this. This has just been weighing on my mind big time. I actually have quite a few jalapenos, and I'm really happy about that. Last year I only had 3 jalapeno plants, and I definitely wanted more this year. So I'm going to turn this around. The jalapenos, as far as the seeds, did well. Like, I have other pepper plants, and they did not do as well as these jalapenos did, so I'm really excited about that as well. So I'm going to have a lot of jalapeno plants. I mean, I'll have enough to give some to my sister-in-law and my best friend as well. Let's get this one up, up. Just trying to do this without disturbing the roots on it. Okay. And I won't be planting these outside for probably 5 or 6 weeks. That's where we're at with that. Not going to be done anytime soon, but still, these things needed to be up potted. I'm just so glad to be doing this. Okay, I'll get this last one out of this tray. Whew, look at the root system on that. That is crazy good. I think part of it's a big clump of dirt. Okay, and I'll put that one in here and push that right down into the soil. Bury it right down. And I have another cell of jalapenos. I might have a whole flat just of jalapenos. Oh my goodness, I wasn't expecting that for them to do that good. I'm planning on planting quite a few of these jalapenos up on my deck. I have some long patio planters, and I figure I could fit 3 pepper plants in there. You know what? I'm just gonna go like this, because this is just not how I was planning on. These are just, that's probably because I waited so long to put these into the ground. Okay, there we go. Finally got one. The root system on these is amazing, but holy. I mean, it's my own fault because I waited so long to get these into the ground, but this is crazy. I'm going to pull some of this excess dirt over onto there. Got to remake my hole to put my pepper plant back in there. Oh my goodness, I have exactly the right amount to fill up this tray. I mean, that's great, but then where am I going to put the rest of my pepper plants? I did get another tray ready, so I'm a little bit ahead of the game by this much. So there we go. A whole tray of up potted jalapenos. Wow. I'm not complaining, but wow. That's all I can say. Wow. Okay, so I've got all my peppers up potted. I ended up having 1 full tray of the jalapenos, and then the other tray was assorted peppers, the Big Bertha, the cayenne. I had only 1 California Wonder, 4 shishito, and 8 of the sweet peppers. That was the elongated pepper. And I can't remember what else, but that's okay. So now I am starting my brassicas, which I probably should have started these last weekend, but it is what it is. So far, I have planted some cucamelons. I have been trying to grow cucamelons and I haven't been very successful at it, but hey, I'm not a quitter. Gonna try again. So next is what are these? The early snowball cauliflower. And I grew these last year, and I am just putting a couple of seeds in 6 spots. And I like having cauliflower. I love cauliflower. I like to eat it raw. I like to have it steamed. I put it in stir fries. I actually have it in quite a few different dishes. I also like to process it in my food processor and use it as an alternative for rice. So I will do the rice cauliflower, and I use my food processor for that. So I really like that too. Next is my Brussels sprouts. Here's another one that I haven't been very successful with, is Brussels sprouts. Last year I think I planted them and nothing even came up. So instead of 2 in each spot, I am doing 3 in each spot, and hopefully I'm a little bit better success rate with that than I was with 2 in each spot. So here's hoping. Last time I did that with my cabbage, because it didn't turn out the first year that I did it. It seemed like none of my seeds took. So then I went crazy and planted a whole bunch of them, and then they all took, and I had cabbage, the cabbage coming out of my ears. But I like lots of cabbage, and you can store it too, so that's great. So I'm trying a red cabbage, and this is the Red Dynasty. I think that's what it is. Yep. Red Dynasty cabbage. I used to have it in my head that I didn't like red cabbage. And the only thing I don't like about red cabbage is when you put it in some soups, it actually turns your soup gray. Is what I find. It bleeds into the soup. And I think that's the problem I have with it. I just don't like having it bleed into the soup, but if you used it in something like a borscht, then I don't think that would be an issue. If you use it making coleslaw, that wouldn't be an issue either. So I am going to put 2 seeds in 6 spots, and we'll see how it does. Gonna try some red cabbage this year. So that's fun. And I'm also going to try some sprouting broccoli, purple sprouting broccoli. And the reason why I want to do this is because I like the idea of just picking some broccoli and tossing it in some olive oil with some fresh garlic. And where is my tag? That is it. And then grilling it on the barbecue along with whatever protein you're going to be having. It could be steak, it could be chicken, it could be pork, it could be seafood, it could be anything. And having some sprouting broccoli grilled on the barbecue sounds like that would be a total winner in my books. So yes, I am excited to try the purple sprouting broccoli this year. I don't know where I'm putting it, but I'm sure I'll find a spot. And then of course my China Gold cabbage. I grew this last year and I love it. I will use this to do up sauteed cabbage. I will use it in stir fry. But what I really like it in is the Asian coleslaw. It's like, oh, these are cool. They're pelleted. They're like blue. I don't remember my seeds being pelleted last year. But these are pelleted and very slippery. Okay, what do we got here? I'm having a hard time reading these tags. It's a red tag, but the pencil that I wrote with it doesn't seem to show up very great. So, and with these, I am growing 6 of these. So I'm putting 2 in 6 spots. Last year I started 6 and I think I ended up with 4 out of the 6. So that's okay. Oh, I like the color. I can see it on top of the dirt, so I can see exactly how many I'm putting in each spot. So, hey, I kind of like this. I don't remember these being pelleted last year, but that's quite fine. These ones I got from Early's in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. These Scorpio cabbage, I have had these for quite a few years. I think I'm almost down to the last of my seeds. Yes, I am. And I already have another type of cabbage that I want to grow, so I am just going to put 3 seeds in each spot, just because this was the cabbage that I started a couple of years ago and it didn't take the first year. And I think I had just bought the seeds. So I am going to put 3 seeds in each spot and we will see what we get. We get what we get and we don't get upset. And that's it for those. Then my next cabbage that I'm doing, like what, 3 varieties of cabbage this year. Red, Scorpio, and Lennox. When I went to my Gardeners Club meeting last year, there was a gal that she spoke at one of the meetings and she was showing, oh, another pelleted one. This is silver pelleted. Ooh, very psychedelic. So she grew Lennox cabbage and it's the only cabbage she'll ever grow. It has really nice big heads. They store amazing. That's one of the reasons right there that I want to grow the Lennox cabbage, is that it's a good storage cabbage. And I mean, it doesn't matter that they're big heads, but the idea of it being a great storage cabbage is good in my books. So we are going to give that a try as well. And we're almost at the end of what we're planting for our brassicas. This is the Munchkin broccoli, and I am just going to grow the last of these seeds. So I'm putting 3 seeds in each spot, and I'm hoping I'll use up all the seeds because I've already got another, I think I got the Packum broccoli for next year. So I just want to use up these seeds. That's all. That's my whole motive for that. Nothing else. Just use up the seeds. And that's it. That's it for that pack. And that was the Munchkin broccoli. I think last year I did it and I started 6. I ended up with 2 plants of the Munchkin broccoli. Don't have very many seeds left of the cheddar cauliflower, so I will definitely have to get some more of that. I really enjoy just a different color of cauliflower, and the cheddar cauliflower did so well. So I am really, and I got such beautiful, nice big heads last year. Last year was my best year for growing cauliflower. Before that, I've never been very successful growing cauliflower. So I'm just going to do a light dusting of soil over top of these seeds, and I'm going to have to figure out what else I'm going to plant in these last 2 trays. So maybe I will do the zinnia. I have some Envy Zinnias. Super cute, these lime green zinnias. So let's do those first, and then we'll do another type of zinnia. Pardon me. I was putting the dirt into some of my trays and it was really super dry. I should have wetted the dirt before, and it just, I was like choking on the dust from the dirt, and nothing worse than doing that. As far as I'm concerned, I hate that because then I'm constantly clearing my throat. So, okay, that's all I'm gonna do for those. I've done 6 spots for that. Put 2 seeds in each spot. Okay, and what other zinnia do I want to do? Let's do the candy cane. I think that's what it's called. Yeah, candy cane zinnias. They're so cute. I'm going to put that over there because then I have to write what seeds I started in my book so I can keep track of how they're doing. I've got trays set up to pot up my snapdragons. They definitely need to be potted up, and when I pot those, then I'm going to pinch the tops, because then when you pinch the tops, it makes them bushier. So I am going to be doing that as well. May not be today, but is going to be this weekend. I got a lot going on, so it's going to be video after video after video after video, and you guys are going to get tired of hearing from me. So, okay, I'm going to put a little topping of soil over these seeds, and then I'm going to get a dome put over top of this and put them under the lights. So I just want to say thanks for joining me. And I'm definitely going to be having another video for starting tomorrow as well, and I'll bring you along then. But that's it for today. Thanks for joining me, and we'll talk again soon. Bye for now.